What was my experience like at Death Lodge? I know I went into it not knowing. Super hard to find the words to describe the experience. I would say it was incredible. It was magical. I cried a lot. I danced a lot. I laughed a lot. And I healed.
Death Lodge, wow, what an experience. It's very difficult to describe in words.
There's a lot to lean into in Death Lodge. I had to gather my courage to try it and to trust the process.
When I think about Death Lodge and the first time I experienced it, it was like the whole world and universe was opening up into something else. I don't even know how to describe it, except that it was otherworldly.
So I really didn't know what I was walking into, but just the idea of a Death Lodge, right? Like something's gonna die within us, or we're gonna be able to shed something and maybe have this new birth or new rebirth or something along those lines. And one of the other participants with me kind of described it as went through Death Lodge but gained life, and that's truly how it felt.
Coming into Death Lodge, I didn't know anything that we were doing, but I did expect that there was going to be something that had to be let go of or reborn. Something within must die in order to make space for something else.
It's been fascinating, just personally and as a therapist, to combine traditional kind of therapy, but with the spiritual world.
The co-leaders, Signe and Cater, are solidly experienced professionals in Western practices and modalities, and take healing to a more profound level.
Because of Jen Richards and Signe, who are both just so incredibly amazing, their work is so impactful, and the atmosphere that they can cultivate between 7 strangers is just beyond anything I've ever experienced before. And I come from a clinical world. There's just something so special about that kind of environment with people who kind of understand life differently than your normal day to day.
It's just been personally very meaningful for me. That aligns with my values, and what's important for me in life is, cultivating and developing that other side of, what's really going on in this world. Having a more expanded view and perception of what healing can be in our profession. So, yeah, it's awesome.
The way that they use nature as the medicine, it was a connection that I made while I was there. I was like, okay, so the work that we do can be comfy and it can be kind of challenging, but then when we go outside near the river, it's healing. And that's kind of the takeaway of it too.
Death Lodge is about more than the week that you spend in the company of other people. It's about weeks afterwards, the realizations you have, the way that you integrate what happened, and especially for me, reflecting on the growth that I got from other participants watching their Death Lodge work.
Being able to not only do it myself, but to experience, witness, and hold space for others' work was equally, if not more, powerful. It was really magical.
One of the huge takeaways as I was having my own experience but watching others in it as well was just this mass catharsis that you wind up feeling and going through as you watch people process their own stuff, and you realize we all carry the same wounds and the same stories, and there is a group field and collective that happens that ultimately allows for deep healing and deep nourishment.
The way that we were able to connect about, some pretty divine subjects, the gift of what I gained from it is just new perspective and a freedom of something that maybe had a death grip on me. And it's something that's really changed my life.
What I'll say is Death Lodge is a ritual theater where you get to work directly with the other world, and in doing so, a tremendous amount of insight and healing is possible.
I came away with a profound sense of gratitude for seeing myself and life challenges differently.
I was able to really release and let go of myself in the Death Lodge experience in just profound ways that were just so healing. And to be in a group like that, where everybody's there and all the love is there, and the patience and the support, it's truly magical and very healing.
I can't explain it, but I know how grateful I am for the experience and being there. There's so much. I'm going to be thinking about it for a really long time. And I know that I'm forever changed and forever grateful.
This experience is one of the most powerful experiences I've ever had in my life. And I think that it's going to last a long time, or be, a change that I've made forever. And when I need guidance or reassurance, I'm going to remember this.